The room falls silent. Michael stands at the center of the boardroom, his heart pounding, palms slick with sweat. Every eye is on him as his female boss, sharp and unyielding, delivers words that slice through him like a blade. Laughter ripples. From corners he didn't even notice. His chest tightens and for a moment the world tilts. Pride shattered, confidence drained. He feels exposed, vulnerable, humiliated, not just in front of colleagues, but in front of himself. Every dream, every late night, every sacrifice seems suddenly insignificant. The sting isn't just professional, it's personal. The boss's piercing gaze lingers, a reminder of his failure, her dominance, and the power imbalance that defines this moment. And yet beneath the ache, a flicker of something else ignites. Anger, determination, a quiet promise. This isn't the end. Something in Michael shifts. The humiliation is unbearable, but it will fuel him, shaping a fire that will refuse to die. The hum of a flickering lamp fills Michael's cramped apartment. Papers scattered across the floor, notebooks stacked high, each page a seed of a dream. Too big for his current world. He sketches, erases, redraws, as if each line could rewrite his fate. Outside, the city sleeps, indifferent to his ambitions. The streetlights casting long shadows that mirror the doubts pressing in from every corner. Michael's hands are calloused from late nights, his eyes heavy but burning with a quiet fire. He's talented, clever and relentless, but in the office underestimated. Colleagues dismiss his ideas, the boss scoffs at his plans, and yet in this small room he is unstoppable. Every failure in the boardroom fuels a sharper vision here, every mocking glance from the past, a reminder of what he refuses to become. Small, silent, invisible. In this tiny apartment, a David is quietly plotting his rise, dreams bigger than fear, hunger stronger than doubt. She enters the room like a storm. Every step measured, eyes sharp, voice cold and commanding. Michael feels the weight of her presence before she even speaks. Her criticism is surgical, cutting through his confidence with precision, leaving him exposed and questioning himself. Words that should have been guidance instead sting like blows, reminding him of every mistake, every overlooked detail, and yet there's an undeniable brilliance in her, discipline, clarity, and vision that Michael secretly admires. Each harsh word, each piercing look plants a seed deep within him. It's as if her relentless pressure is shaping steel inside. His chest forging determination from humiliation. Their tension is a dance, fear mixed with fascination, resentment with reluctant respect. She is both the wall he cannot climb and the spark that lights the fire beneath him. In her shadow, Michael begins to understand that true growth often comes from the people who push you hardest. Every morning, Michael walks into the office like a soldier stepping onto a battlefield. The fluorescent lights hum overhead, echoing the tension that coils in his chest. Every suggestion he makes is met with scoffs, every idea dismissed as naive or impossible. Colleagues smirk behind closed doors, whispers trail him down the hall. Humiliation clings to him like a second skin. The boss's gaze follows him constantly, judgment sharp as a knife. Each interaction chips away at his confidence, leaving him raw, vulnerable, and questioning his own worth. But beneath the weight, a quiet defiance grows. Michael feels the sting, yes, but he also begins to absorb it, transforming it into focus, into a relentless drive to prove the world wrong. In the shadows of ridicule, a fire is quietly kindling. Every mock, every dismissive glance becomes fuel. The audience can almost feel the heat, the grinding pressure shaping the man he is destined to become. The city sleeps, but Michael cannot. Bills are stacked on the table like silent judges, their paper edges sharp under the dim lamp. The hum of the fridge vibrates through the floor, a constant reminder that every mistake has a cost. Sleepless nights stretch endlessly, filled with the echoes of mocking faces and the sting of rejection. Yet in the quiet darkness he refuses to surrender. Leaning over a worn notebook, pen scratching across pages of bold sketches and daring strategies, he breathes life into dreams the world has dismissed. His eyes ache, but his heart beats relentlessly, a rhythm of ambition that refuses to die. Despair and hope clash on every page, tension thick in the air. Each scribble, each restless night is a brick in the foundation of the empire he has yet to build, an empire born from pain, determination, and the fire ignited by humiliation. Michael walks home, the weight of humiliation still pressing against his chest. The city noises blur into a dull roar as his mind replays the day's brutal words, every sharp comment echoing louder than the last. And then, an unexpected sound cuts through the fog. A fragment of a conversation drifts from the office above. Words not meant for him, advice she gives to a colleague, a passing remark about strategy, efficiency, vision. Something in Michael stirs. He pauses on the sidewalk, the cool night air brushing against his face, heart hammering. The words hit him like a spark in dry kindling, an idea, a path he hadn't seen before. For the first time, the very person who humiliated him has illuminated, a door he could walk through. In that instant, shame and anger transform into clarity. His boss's harshness no longer just wounds, it inspires. The spark is small, fragile, but undeniable. A fire is quietly igniting in Michael's mind, the first step toward a future built not just on resilience, but on insight, courage, and audacious vision. Michael sits at his desk, staring at the blinking cursor on his resignation email. The hum of the office feels heavier than ever, each keystroke a drumbeat of both fear and defiance. Every mocking word from his boss echoes in his mind, a chorus of doubt he can no longer obey. Sweat beads on his forehead, heart hammering, not from hesitation alone, but from the thrill of stepping into the unknown. He hits send. The email whooshes out, severing the safety of a steady paycheck, the comfort of routine and the predictability of his small world. Outside, the sky has darkened, mirroring the uncertainty ahead, yet within him, anger, hope, and raw determination collide, forging courage he didn't know he possessed. This is no longer just about proving his boss wrong. It's about proving to himself that he can rise above humiliation, that he can turn every scar into fuel. Each step toward entrepreneurship is jagged, uncertain, but every stride pulses with the quiet certainty that greatness is born in these fearless leaps. Michael's apartment has become both battlefield and sanctuary. Stacks of unpaid bills crowd the table. Empty coffee cups scatter the floor, and the glow of his laptop paints tired shadows across his face. Nights stretch into mornings as he pitches tirelessly, listening to rejection after rejection, the sting of failure biting deeper each time. Every no is a reminder of the risk he took, the leap from security into uncertainty. But then, small victories begin to pierce the darkness. A client nods, signing his first contract. A mentor offers words of encouragement, recognizing potential where others saw folly. Michael clutches each win like treasure, a spark of hope flickering brighter with every acknowledgement. The taste of progress is intoxicating, fueling the sleepless nights rather than draining him. Losses still come, but now they teach rather than defeat. Every setback carves resilience into his bones. The fire that humiliation ignited in the boardroom burns hotter now, guiding him through exhaustion and doubt. Each struggle, each small triumph, is a stepping stone toward the empire he's determined to build. Michael walks through the bustling city streets, every face a reminder of where he came from. Whispers of the past trail him like ghosts. Colleagues who once mocked him, industry gossip spreading his failures as cautionary tales. Even in moments of triumph, self-doubt creeps in, shadowing his confidence with questions he cannot silence. The memory of his female boss, sharp and unyielding, hovers in the edges of his mind, her piercing critique a constant echo. Yet, that very shadow, once a source of humiliation, now sharpens his edge. Each reminder of the past fuels his persistence, compelling him to move faster, think smarter, and fight harder. The victories are sweeter because he knows how deep the valleys of failure can be. Success feels close enough to taste, yet the path remains treacherous. Contracts fall through, mentors waver, and rivals emerge, testing his resolve at every turn. The world is unforgiving, but Michael has learned to embrace the pressure, to let it mold him. Every challenge, every lingering doubt becomes a tool, chiseling him into the man capable of turning humiliation into a legacy worth remembering. Michael sits alone in the empty office. The fluorescent lights hum like a warning. His trusted business partner has betrayed him. Funds vanished, agreements broken, investors fleeing. The company teeters on the edge, and everything he built feels like it's slipping through his fingers. Memories of humiliation flood back. His boss's scorn, colleagues' laughter, every doubt he once felt. Only now the stakes are higher. The pain sharper, consequences real. Fear coils in his gut, suffocating, relentless. And yet, something refuses to break. The anger that once burned in public humiliation sharpens into focus. Collapse is not the end. It's a test, merciless and raw, demanding resilience. With trembling hands but unwavering resolve, Michael starts to plan his comeback. The fire that once humiliated him now fuels his determination. The ashes of betrayal will not bury him. They will ignite the blaze of his resurgence. Michael sits at his desk, the office dark except for the soft glow of his laptop. Papers and spreadsheets litter the surface, evidence of countless hours spent dissecting the collapse. Every number, every detail carries the weight of betrayal, yet he does not flinch. Instead, he leans in, determined to wrest control from chaos. The sting of his business partner's deception and the echoes of past humiliation fuel a quiet, relentless fire within him. He remembers the sharp words of his female boss, once a source of fear, now a guiding force. Her unyielding scrutiny taught him precision, patience, and the courage to face discomfort head-on. Michael channels that pain into strategy, turning lessons once bitter into tools of resilience. Each decision is deliberate, each risk calculated. Yet bold. Sleepless nights become a forge, molding him into someone stronger, smarter, and more unbreakable. The transformation is subtle at first, small victories, minor adjustments, but momentum builds. Confidence replaces doubt, clarity overtakes confusion, and hope grows into quiet certainty. Michael begins to see the outlines of a new future, one shaped not by humiliation or betrayal, but by grit, vision, and unwavering determination. The ashes of his setbacks no longer weigh him down. They lift him, preparing for a comeback the world will never forget. The boardroom buzzes with energy, a stark contrast to the silent fear that once filled it. Michael stands at the center, no longer the timid, humiliated employee from years ago, but a man transformed. Investors lean forward, applauding, signing contracts with eager hands. Cameras flash, reporters scribble notes, and headlines begin to paint the story of a meteoric rise. The world that once doubted him now watches in awe every step of this journey. The sleepless nights, the betrayal, the relentless self-doubt culminates in this moment of triumph. Michael feels the pulse of victory not as arrogance, but as quiet vindication. He remembers the cutting words of his female boss, once a source of humiliation, now a source of fuel. Her critiques, her challenges, her relentless pressure. They were the hammer shaping him, forging strength from pain. Walking through the office, he glimpses colleagues who once laughed, investors who once hesitated, and feels no bitterness. Only the profound clarity that adversity can be a teacher. The legacy he builds is more than wealth. It is a testament to resilience, strategy, and vision. Every triumph whispers the same truth. Humiliation is not the end, it is the spark. From the ashes of shame, greatness rises. From the top floor of his glass and steel headquarters, Michael gazes out over a city that once felt impossibly vast and indifferent. Below, the hum of life continues, unaware of the empire built from late nights, relentless grit, and the echoes of past humiliation. Every floor, every office, every team member is a testament to the journey that shaped him. A journey of struggle, betrayal, and unyielding determination. He reflects on the woman who once humiliated him in that fateful boardroom. Her words, sharp and unforgiving, now sit alongside the countless lessons that forged his resilience. Gratitude mixes with reflection, a recognition that the fire of adversity was necessary to sculpt him into someone unbreakable. The audience feels the weight of his transformation, seeing the man who was once doubted, mocked, and broken stand tall, calm, and commanding. In these quiet moments, victory is not just measured in wealth or influence, but in self-mastery. Michael's I sweep across the empire he shaped, the legacy he cemented. Broken, tested, and challenged, he has emerged unshakable. Every humiliation, every betrayal, every sleepless night now feels like a step in a climb that led to this peak, the full arc of struggle transformed into unassailable triumph. Michael stands at the edge of his office balcony, the city lights stretching infinitely before him. The hum of the world below contrasts with the quiet strength within. Every scar, every cut of humiliation, every moment of doubt has led him here. He knows now that humiliation is not destiny, it is fuel. Resilience, courage, and relentless persistence shape the path to greatness. His female boss, once the source of his deepest shame, is no longer a figure of fear, but a catalyst for transformation. The lessons she imparted, though harsh, have guided him to this very moment. Michael's story proves something powerful. The people who wound us, the challenges that seem unbearable, often hold the keys to our awakening. Pain, when met with courage, becomes a teacher. Every setback, every betrayal, every sleepless night has been a step toward a legacy that will outlast him. Looking into the camera, Michael's voice carries both warmth and conviction. Let your challenges become your legacy. The obstacles, the people who doubted you, the failures, they are the sparks that ignite the fire within. If this story inspires even a flicker of courage in you, subscribe now and witness more journeys that turn pain into power. The audience is left not just inspired, but ready to rise, carrying their own challenges into triumph.